Have you ever imagined a country where futuristic technology, ancient rituals, hyper-competitive education, and global pop stardom all exist side by side? A place where neon lights reflect off centuries-old palaces, and where the pressure to succeed is as intense as the pride and heritage. You're about to step inside the beating heart of one of the most fascinating nations on Earth. This is South Korea. And I guarantee, by the time we're done, you'll see this country with entirely new eyes. Before we go any further, take just 2 seconds, hit that subscribe button, give this video a like, and tell us in the comments, could you live in a country that never slows down? Because what you're about to see isn't just a tour. It's a deep dive into a land where culture, ambition, and contradiction collide. South Korea isn't large. In fact, it's about the size of Iceland. Yet it's bursting at the seams with energy, technology, and culture that's reshaping the world. It's a place where skyscrapers rise faster than you can blink, and grandmothers still bow to greet you. It's ultramodern and deeply traditional. And it's not just unique, it's magnetic. Now pause. Because this is not some surface-level list of fun facts. This is the real South Korea, the one that most travel guides skip, the one that tourists barely touch, and the one you'll only understand if you look deeper. Let's begin with the rhythm of daily life. Imagine waking up in a high-rise apartment in Seoul. Your curtains open automatically. Your fridge suggests breakfast. Your mirror displays the weather. This isn't the future. This is right now. South Korea is one of the most technologically advanced societies on Earth, with one of the fastest internet connections anywhere, and it's not just for show. Everything is connected. Everything is efficient. But here's the twist. Amid this digital utopia, there's an unspoken tension. Because behind every glowing screen is a person running a race. A race for grades, for beauty, for success. Students study from morning to midnight. Parents invest thousands of dollars into private education. And it's not optional. It's the standard. And yet, they do it. Why? Because in South Korea, success is not personal. It's a matter of national pride. This is a country that clawed its way from poverty and war into prosperity. In the 1950s, South Korea had less GDP per capita than Ethiopia. Today, it's one of the world's leading economies, producing semiconductors, cars, ships, and culture. Yes, culture. And that's where things really get interesting. K-pop isn't just music. It's a meticulously engineered global phenomenon. From BTS to Blackpink, these artists go through years of brutal training, vocal practice, dance, language lessons, image consulting, all to perfect a brand that sells not just songs, but South Korea itself. Every performance is choreographed down to the breath. Every music video is a cinematic masterpiece. The result? Millions of fans worldwide, billions of dollars in revenue, and a soft power empire that no one saw coming. And it's not just pop. Korean dramas, once local TV, now dominate Netflix charts. Shows like Squid Game and Crash Landing on You have sparked global conversations. But why are people so obsessed? The answer is simple: emotion. Korean storytelling is raw, layered, unpredictable. It doesn't shy away from pain, sacrifice, or imperfection. But beyond the screen, there's something else happening. Something most outsiders don't notice. It's the soul of the country. The food, the festivals, the quiet rituals. Picture this: a bubbling hot bowl of kimchi jjigae on a winter morning. A bustling street market selling tteokbokki and fried squid. A family gathered around a grill, cooking meat together, not speaking much, but speaking volumes in silence. Food in Korea isn't just nourishment. It's identity. It's legacy. And speaking of legacy, South Korea has a complex relationship with its past. The scars of colonization, war, and dictatorships still linger. Families remain separated by the DMZ, a 250-kilometer buffer zone that cuts the peninsula in half. Military service is mandatory. National security is never far from the conversation. And yet, life pushes forward, not with bitterness, but with resolve. Walk through Seoul, and you'll find ancient temples nestled between glass towers. You'll hear Buddhist chants just blocks away from EDM concerts. You'll see elders in traditional hanbok walking past teenagers in oversized streetwear. The old and the new don't just coexist, they amplify each other. But it's not all harmony. Let's talk about the pressure. Because South Korea's success comes at a cost. The work culture is relentless. People work some of the longest hours in the developed world. The idea of Bali fast, is ingrained in everything. Time is money. Delay is shame. Rest? That's for the weak. This has led to alarming mental health issues. South Korea has one of the highest suicide rates among OECD countries. Therapy is stigmatized. Vulnerability is hidden. And still, the race goes on. Now, imagine dating in this environment. It's not easy. Relationships are strategic. Marriage is declining. Birth rates have dropped so low that South Korea now holds the world's lowest fertility rate. The government offers money for couples to have children. But the youth are saying no. Why? Because raising a family is expensive. Careers are demanding. And honestly, many just want peace. Yet peace, in its own way, still exists here. In the gentle tea ceremonies held in mountain villages. In the quiet hum of night markets. In the sound of waves crashing on Jeju Island, far from the chaos of the mainland. And Jeju, oh Jeju. It's South Korea's hidden paradise. Volcanic craters. Waterfalls. Hallyu, female divers who hunt underwater without oxygen tanks, some in their 70s. It's a world apart from Seoul, but still undeniably Korean. Back in the capital, life never pauses. Seoul is a city that breathes ambition. Subways are spotless. Cafes are everywhere, themed, aesthetic, perfect. You can visit a chic cafe, a gaming cafe, even a nap cafe. Everything is curated. Everything is Instagrammable. But there's more beneath the surface. Did you know that most South Koreans still live with their parents well into adulthood? That hierarchy affects how people speak, eat, even pour drinks? That texting in Korea involves a whole code of emojis, timing, and honorifics? It's a society built on unspoken rules. Politeness is not optional, it's survival. Elders are respected, seniors obeyed, and conformity, in many ways, is the norm. Yet, the youth are changing things. They're speaking out, challenging beauty standards, demanding work-life balance, advocating for gender equality. It's not always easy, but it's happening. And while the rest of the world watches K-dramas, these real-life dramas are unfolding every day. So, after all this, the question remains, could you live here? Could you thrive in a society that values achievement above all? Could you navigate a culture built on honor, hierarchy, and hidden expectations? Could you find yourself in a place where everything is fast, but nothing is simple? Or would you fall in love with it? With the night walks along Han River. With the first sip of soju on a rooftop. With the sound of rain tapping on neon-lit windows. Because South Korea isn't just impressive, it's emotional. It's not just high-tech, it's high-intensity. And it's not for everyone. But for some, it's everything. So if you made it this far, you've just experienced the real South Korea, not as a tourist, but as a storyteller. Before you go, remember to subscribe, give this video a like, and share it with someone who still thinks Korea is just K-pop and dramas. Tell us in the comments, what shocked you the most? The pressure? The beauty? The contradictions? Because the truth is, South Korea isn't trying to be understood. It's just trying to move forward. And maybe, just maybe, it's inviting you to come along.